What is going on, guys? Today I have a Black Ops 2 overpowered class setup video for you all. I've never really thought of doing one of these before, and I never thought I would, but I've had a couple of requests to do one, and also I got a double swarm with this class, so 2 swarms without dying, and I think it's a pretty good class, and I hope all of you can benefit from it as much as I can. So what I've got here is the class setup if you want to take a quick look at this, and I'm going to put the double swarm gameplay over the top of this video, and I'll talk about the class and why it's so good. Alright, so here's the gameplay. If you're wondering why the gamer tag in this game is Hills Rider, that's actually my old account, and I had to use it for a bit while my other account was down. I can explain that in another video if you like, but let's get on to the class setup. So the class setup for this class is the Scar H, which is a really good assault rifle, really good at long range, fairly good at close range considering most assault rifles aren't that good, especially when you're just spraying with them. The attachments for this weapon is fast mag, so you're going to need this for the high kill streaks. That's basically what this class is for. It's an overpowered class basically to try and get really high kill streaks, so if you're going for swarm, dogs, lodestar, all that kind of thing, this class is definitely for you. I've used this class on basically all the new maps and some of the old maps, and I find it's really good at close range and at long range. So fast mag is there when you're trying to get a lot of enemies at one time. I play a lot of ground war, so fast mag is required when you've got, say, 4 enemies and another 2 that come around the corner. Fast mag is definitely needed. Next up I have stock and quick draw. Now because this is an assault rifle, it's really hard to compete with submachine guns at close range, so that's basically why I've got stock and quick draw on there, because stock and quick draw allow you to aim faster and move faster while aiming down the sights. So with this ability, when you're close up, spraying with this gun is still not really an option unless you want to swap out one of those attachments for laser sight. So with putting these 2 attachments on there, you're going to be able to compete with those submachine guns at close range by aiming faster, and being able to aim faster, looking down the sights gives you a lot more power with this weapon. This weapon is really good at long range. It's pretty accurate, so something like foregrip and that isn't really needed. Like, you could put it on there if you like, but I found these 3 attachments actually worked really well. So we've actually got Perk 1 Greed, and we've got Ghost and Hardline here. Now obviously I'm running Hardline because I said this class is going to be used for high kill streaks. It's a lot easier to get dogs and swarm and that kind of thing when you're running Hardline. It just saves you those few extra kills which you often die on. I know for a lot of my games I end up dying about 2 kills off like a swarm, and it's just a pain in the ass. So Hardline is a definite there, but Ghost can easily be swapped around with Flak Jacket. I've done that a few times, just change those 2 over, depending on what map and depending on what team you're on. So if you're on a bad team, as you can see in this Detour game, I was on a pretty shocking team. We did lose the match, but I still managed to get a double swarm. So as you can see, I wasn't playing with like terribly bad people. There was a lot of people on the other team doing well, so I still managed to do fairly good considering. So I used Ghost in this case just because I wanted to get those flanks in and be able to stay alive longer, whereas if you're using Flak Jacket, you've got that explosive protection, which obviously helps just as much. Second perk, I've got Scavenger. Now this is really important. Going for those high kill streaks, you're probably going to run out of the 120 bullets you're given to start off with, and Scavenger is definitely one that you need. Also here, as you can see, I'm using C4, so Scavenger allows you to replenish that C4, and that C4 does come in handy, especially playing objective games, so domination or hardpoint or whatever you want to play. Really, C4 is really good. It's probably the best lethal equipment you can get in Black Ops 2, in my opinion, now that Bouncing Betty and that have been nerfed. But anyway, that's the reason for using Scavenger, so you can constantly replenish that ammo and your C4. You've constantly got more explosives there for when you hear that the enemy are capturing a flag. You just toss some C4 there and basically hope for the best. And as you can see, no perk 3 because I've used basically everything else on all the other slots available. Not using a secondary here because I've got stock and quick draw. The gun is really quick to move around with, although I'm not running lightweight or anything, it's still really quick to move around with, and because I've got Scavenger, I'm not really afraid of running out of ammo, so I don't really need a secondary. Tactical would be really good here. Like, tactical obviously is always good, but for this in particular overpowered class, I've just left it out. So now I'm going to go over the gameplay, and for those of you that are wondering why I was using a sniper at the beginning, I'm not even sure. I was just bored, and I put out a sniper, and then I thought, oh, I'll go back and use this class, and then that's why I used it. So back to the gameplay now. Alright, so as you can see here, we are losing by a fair bit, unfortunately. I didn't have any people to play with, any mates to play with at this time, so I am running solo, and it was quite hard. Like, I don't know why you always see people like T Martin and Allier running in games, and they're always killing the second player, or they're killing really low levels, like ridiculously low levels, and they're either shattering their kill-death ratio so they get put in lobbies with worse people, which is what a lot of pro players do just so they can get constant good games. I'm not always a good player. Like, I haven't got a double swarm for a long time before this. This was quite rare, that's why I'm using it as a game player for this particular class setup. But for some reason, you always see the professional YouTubers using, killing like lower level people, but as you can see here, we actually lost the game, so clearly I'm not in a lobby full of like low people. This is just a standard lobby. And as you saw there, I was managed to kind of flank the two people sitting around the corner. Now, without Ghost, that wouldn't have been possible, but they did throw an explosive, so if I had Flak Jacket, there was definitely a less chance of me dying from that explosive. So it's definitely a toss-up between Ghost and Flak Jacket. Now, if you really wanted to, and you were positive that you were going to do a lot better, you could easily swap out Hardline for Flak Jacket and run Ghost and Flak Jacket. That'd be the ultimate try-hard class for some of you that think that. But again, you would absolutely dominate. Here, I don't do so well in the Lodestar. As you can tell, for those of you that actually have played this map, it is a terrible map for a lot of the air kill streaks, just because there is basically a second layer under both sides of the bridge, which are very popular routes, and a lot of people decide to take this way, so it's a lot harder to get, like, for example, Lodestar or VTOL warship down there. The 3 kill streaks I'm running in this particular class were the Lodestar, the Swarm, and I can't even remember the other one. But what I was running here was probably my favourite. Although I'd like to run kill streaks that I don't need to actually be in to use. What was I using? Stealth Chopper, that's it. Yeah, Stealth Chopper is always good, because as soon as you hit Stealth Chopper, you've got that feeling that, yes, you're going to get a high kill streak. And you've already got that momentum going that you're like, yes, I want a kill streak, I'm going to get this. And, yeah. So, where are we now? Yep, so I've just used the last Swarm, and as you can see, I just died then, but managed to go on a fairly long kill streak, and then obviously I die a lot afterwards. I don't know why, that always just happens to me. I always happen to die a lot after I've got a long kill streak, just some bad luck curse that I've got from Black Ops 1. But yeah, that's the game, guys. As you can see, we did lose, but there still was a double swarm, and I think I ended up on about 58 and 11, if I can remember off the top of my head. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the class setup. I reckon a lot of you will benefit from this if you can use assault rifles. I know a lot of people can't. They just stick to the submachine guns, as Black Ops 2 is a lot more based around submachine guns. But if you did enjoy, hit the like button, comment what you thought of the class setup, and what's your best kill streak with it, and I'll see you all in my next video.